Alright, hello everyone. I'm just going to do my announcements and then there's got to be a better way to do this than like typing this all into like every place I want to post it to. Hello everyone. There you go, Ricky. Thank you for the tier 1. Hang on a second, I gotta get my alerts. There we go. Welcome everyone. So, do we talk about it? Do we address the elephant in the room and talk about the Riley thing? Because I don't want to be repeating myself all stream, and I know people are gonna ask about it. How did James train when you originally was like? I focused really heavily on target switching, and that's about it. It was a while before I became pretty like well-rounded. A soap sponsor. I don't know if I can say who it is, but it's a YouTuber's soap company, and I think from that it should be like if you know, you know. I'm actually pretty excited. The guy seemed really passionate about it, and I like the description of the soap. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. And they said they'd send me some, and I can like try it out before agreeing to anything. So. Yeah, sorry, I can't say, I don't think. Would you go about it? I would go about it very differently. I would focus mainly on like control tracking and like flick technique focused scenarios like Bean TS, World ATS. I think I'm really surprised about the situation is the Riley uses she her by the way. And Riley's not mid, I don't think so. Riley's very good. Definitely not like I don't know. There are people who hit more flashy clips. I think Riley's consistency is really impressive. The fact that she can just like hop on stream and get clips is really impressive. I get why casual players were like mind blown by it, but the extent of it is definitely just transphobia. Like let's be honest. 50 bag. I can show you. I have turned off that thing. I've turned this off and I've lowered my ADS sense and in my Discord for the person asking about like speed TS, I have in the resources channel a like pinned message, or maybe not pinned, but it's just a list of like target switching scenarios. What are your frames like? They're okay. I think, and it feels bad saying okay, because like objectively, my frame rate is quite good. Like that's a big number, but I have a 5090 and a 9800 X30. Like it doesn't really get much better than this, and at the same time, the frame rate's just okay. It's closer to 250 in games. You doing? I'm okay. I'm okay. Battlefield Heroes? Yeah, they play random like previous Battlefield theme songs in the thing. I think it's actually really cool. Here is my sensitivity. I have this off and I have this at 11.3. These are like random numbers. The decimals don't matter. It's just something around that. Just on the Riley thing. I'm going to do this quickly and then not acknowledge it for the rest of the stream. Hey Hazel, see you later. I switch up if I answer. What do you want me to answer? If you answer... I don't know what the question is. So, the thing is, people have been saying that there are no mistakes in Riley's gameplay and that all of the flicks are flawless and stuff like that. And me doing this is not a knock against Riley. I just want to say I can do this to myself and I will get the same outcome, right? That's an overflick. That's a good flick. Very clean. This is an overflick here. She has to correct. And then doesn't follow through on the target there. There are a lot of errors in Riley's gameplay. This goes for Annie. Target switcher, by the way. There will be a lot of mistakes. And I don't get the people saying that, like, flawless aim. You know, no adjustments, no corrections. Riley makes heaps of corrections because, like, everyone does. Like there, she shakes off. There, she has to correct back. She's just really quick with the micro adjustments, which I think is what people will see. We're seeing. And just to prove everyone makes these mistakes, I over adjust on the first kill. I think I'm a bit under there. I missed the third flick here. Have to recorrect. This happens to everyone. This isn't me calling Riley bad, but I don't know if they're just not seeing that the mistakes in our gameplay or like what is going on. Yeah, I don't know. Let me try something quickly. If I do this, is my game gonna show up? Yes. Awesome. Okay, I'm okay. I'm still a bit sick, honestly. But I am feeling better. Better than I was last beta. I actually like couldn't play for the majority of the beta. Too bad. Yeah, it really is shitty. And she doesn't deserve it at all. Riley is so lovely. I think it's a skill difference when people say there's no mistake, because a similar thing happens when novice intermediate would. Yeah, that's a good point actually. Because like even in my VODs, there are mistakes for sure. And people don't see them. Beta is live again, yeah. My mouse has integrated lock. I actually have changed my mouse grip. I saw someone ask about it. It's like this now. So before I was a bit like slanted. The mouse would kind of tilt in my hand so I could make contact here and here. Now it's just like straight on in the hand and this isn't touching. So it's like more fingertip. People are so gross. It's horrible. It really is horrible. Tell me if the UX is worth it for small hands. I want to say no because I don't think the mouse is very good. $40. That's a good deal. I have no sound. Okay, there we go. I want to be engineer. No. How do I fix this? Okay. Hey Matty, by the way. You know what it shows that people are completely uneducated with this? Yeah, exactly. I think it's honestly really depressing that like people don't know that you can improve at things. You can play things and do things to get better at them. Like, practice makes perfect is a saying for a reason. Like, it's something that you do to get better. I don't know. I don't understand. I really don't understand where this sentiment has come from. Can I see you look left and right with fingers only? Sure. about as good as I can get. Have you encountered issues with the artisan dots? I have actually. Really strange issues. I don't know quite what to make of them. They can temporarily wear down mouse pads. I've never seen this map, by the way. This is cool. So like on my raid-in, I will use it for maybe 2-3 weeks and then have to stop using it because it gets really slow in the middle. But it's like it compresses the surface and it will like spring up after a bit of time. So like I would use it for 2 weeks, it would get like kind of squished down, like the sponge is compressed or something, and then it bounces back after enough time. Fishy Chair, I recognize your name. Are you a Valorant player? Where do I know your name from? Hi Viscose, hi Hamunji. Hello. Over-tensing on target switching. I think how I have mostly, I thought he blew himself up, mostly got around this, but not entirely, is using different muscle groups. I've encountered the same problem too with the compression. QCK speed and zero soft. Interesting. I haven't had it too badly on my zero. Thank you. Riley in the chat. Hey Riley. How you going? I have no idea what anything is on this map, by the way. I'm not gonna know what to do. Thank you, Raven and Yovoisia, for the tier 1. Sorry if I butchered your name. Yeah, I don't know. Another thing that was really loud. I wanted to tweet about actually, but I figured let's not create any more drama here. I am shocked that so many content creators speak so confidently about things they are just completely clueless on. Like, do they not understand what their audience will do to someone if you call them a cheater? And like, I'm sure some of them are grifters who actually don't care, but like people like the Act Man, it didn't strike me as like thoughtless drones. And does he not know what quote tweeting someone and saying this person is cheating will do? Like, your audience will assume you're saying something because you know a thing or two about it. I don't know. It's honestly, I think if I hadn't been talking to Carl Jobs, I would be very disillusioned with like content creators as a whole. It's been really bad. It's because they think they know. Do they know that they're like bad at the game? I don't say this to be rude, like they're not authorities on good aim. It'd be like me accusing someone of cheating in like competitive Fortnite. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't do that. How often do you change your sense? Not that often. I don't really give it any thought. If I do change it, I kind of forget that I have changed it. Ranking on Overwatch? I could not play any games after my placements. I got placed and then matchmaking just died for me, but I got placed Master 5, I think? I'd love to play that game more though. I just haven't really been playing much of anything. I've been aim training a lot actually. Actman just accused Riley of cheating without really thinking about it. IC games are something for sure. It's so sad. There's so many games I wish I could play and they're just dead in my region. I love playing it. I've been enjoying it so much. It's like, I don't know, the one game where I actually feel like I can aim diff people. Nah, just a tweet. Miss BattleBit? I never played it. Was it any good? I don't really know anything about that game other than that one guy on Twitter who did what Riley has done and like got accused of cheating by all the casual players. Have you tried the new wallhack pads? I'm not being sent them, I don't think, and I'm debating buying them. I'm not really sure. Cause like I won't like them. I know I won't like them. I don't like glass pads. It's not about like finding the right glass pad at this point. It's just like conceptually they don't work for me. This map is weird, by the way. I'm surprised I'm being sent them. It feels like not many people have been sent them. I'm surprised they didn't send them to Pinguify. Because Pingu's like reviews on glass pads are way more detailed than anyone else's right now, so... How do you find scenarios help with weaknesses? So, how I go about this personally, and I've kind of worked into this with my benchmarks, I have designed them in a way where the scenarios and the categories of the scenarios make it very obvious like what your weaknesses are. And then from there, like let's say you're struggling on the fingertip scenarios, you can search the name of one of the scenarios and play variants of the scenario. So I actually wrote this into a video script like 2 hours ago. If you search control sphere, you'll find like larger, smaller, one with blinks. And you can play those to help isolate your weakness and vary your practice more than just playing like the main scenario. That's most of what I do, and then I will find a scenario like I type in Wisphere and I see Wisphere raw control, and it's like a new scenario that I haven't played before, and it's really good, and I find it from just looking like that pretty much. November Core, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome. Hey Letheria. I need to play more Overwatch. Keep seeing Overwatch players in my chat on my timeline. I gotta say though, I don't judge Overwatch's community as hard anymore after experiencing a fraction of the Battlefield community. I don't do public coaching at all at the moment, Jacob. I really gotta focus on the game, hey? Confirmed like humanly impossible. That's the other thing that I don't get. Like people not understanding that you can just like move the mouse really quick. I don't know. You reflect off screen. Don't call me out, Riley. Don't tell him. It is disappointing, isn't it? I don't know much about the Actman. I haven't like watched many of his videos, but he didn't strike me as just like a, I don't know, mindless drone. I don't know. I'm very disappointed in a lot of content creators. Hey Mac, thank you for the tier 1. Did you see that SKC defended me but said I was using the 180 hand bind? Did he see the hand cam footage or just like he was just guessing? I don't know. That's insane. I'm complete just doing playlists. I actually did a bit of writing about this for a video as well, about my benchmarks. And I think playlists are kind of a mixed bag for aim training. I think they're okay. And I get why people play them, right? They don't know what scenarios to play or how to find good scenarios to play or what their weaknesses are, and they just want a Valorant playlist that gives them everything they need. But I really do feel like going through the same set of like, what, 10, 20 scenarios every day, not pushing your score on them, just playing them to play them, I feel like it's kind of pushing you to autopilot. I've never really put time into playlists. And I've always just like picked a scenario or a weakness and tried to like improve it. I remember from the YouTube Shorts Battlefield 6 comment. What was your comment? Wants to warm up? Yeah, I feel like that's fine. But if you're trying to like, you know, climb the ranks or develop like well-rounded aim, I feel like you can do better, even for training in games or a specific game. Can you share gameplay settings? Igor. I have not messed with them much. I gotta be honest. I'm probably like, you should probably go to Enders for like good settings. Your sensitivity is like when you move your wrist to the right. Is your about that? Live stream? No way. Maybe. I don't know how long for. I'm still not feeling particularly great. I don't know what your comment was. Yuizia. What was it? From NA West, 1:42 in the morning. You should go to sleep. Why do you stream when you feel unwell? I wouldn't if it's not the beta, but I kind of feel obliged to stream the beta. I don't have to stream for that long. I really wanted to stream it last time. But you know, I was too sick to even play on the William stream. To the NA people, I kind of thought it'd be more Europeans, like early morning Europe time zone. AK meta? I don't know what's meta either. I'm not gonna lie, I tried this gun, basically the second weapon I used, and I'm like, this is good, I like it, and never used anything else. You people are at work? Okay, fair point. Oh, come on. I should get credit for that one. Bertha, thank you for the tier 1. The other ones have less recoil but less damage. Okay. I was having FPS issues with this game until I turned off DLSS. And it sounds kind of weird, but I think it's broken in this game. I don't know. What time is it in Australia? It is about 7 p.m. And I'm still tired. How long did you train here at the start? How long do you train it now? I actually average this out. So I have, over the course of my time aim training, which is about 5 years, put in an average of 45 minutes per day. Which, like, 5 years is a long time, but 45 minutes is not that long. It's Thursday for me. Rabbit98, thank you for the prime sub. Not bad. Yeah, I feel like people kind of think you have to play like 6 hours a day every day to, you know, get really good at aim training, but you don't. And to reach something like Grandmaster, you don't need that much. 45 minutes is a lot for an average. It is, but relative to like, I don't know, I'm probably in the top 10 worldwide on aim trainers. And, you know, like Matty has played, what? I think he's chilling at over 3 hours average. How do you learn to recognize your weaknesses and find scenarios to fix them? Recognizing weaknesses, I've designed my benches in a way that should help you with this if you've played them. But I think you can kind of approach it pretty generally of like, okay, my weakness is tracking, I'm gonna work on tracking, and then you can narrow it down to specific movements like micro corrections, wider tracks, and then specific muscle groups like, you know, arm movements, wrist movements, fingertip movements. I've designed my benches in a way that should push you to make those realizations based on where your scores are. So I did the 6 hours a day thing. Trust me, guys, it doesn't work. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have stopped here. Thank you. And what rank did you improve? I think up until, I want to say, for me it's tough. I think you'll see improvements in game all the way up to the very top ranks of aim training. But the beginner gains for me, I would say stopped at about 150 hours. Full Battlefield 6 mouse settings. Here you go. I think the big thing is that I have this off. I don't know if anyone else does this, but how do you manage to do 45 minutes a day? Aim training is kind of like addictive for me, to be completely honest. I haven't had many issues getting to 45 minutes a day, except for when I'm really burnt on aim training. And then I just won't play at all. Aim training is way more fun than actual FPS games. I've been enjoying it more too, I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time on Battlefield 5 earlier, but even like Battlefield 6, I don't like it that much. It's okay, it's definitely grown on me. It's a lot better than 2042. But the mechanics feel really clunky. I don't know. When you started aim training, did you have any pain? I had some at about, I want to say the 300 hour mark. I put in a lot of time, really quickly, and I wasn't taking care of my hands at all, pretty much. So, you know, if you do that, you are going to have some problems. But if you pace yourself and are conscious of like, okay, when my hand hurts, I'm going to stop, I think you should be okay. I should burst those. Oh, thank you for the prime sub. Do you think a monitor with a bit of ghosting matters that much or no? It depends how much a bit of ghosting is. There are definitely amounts of ghosting that would make like a significant difference to my scores, and I found a pretty significant difference from swapping to OLED, which has no ghosting. And like, of course there are other factors, but it does have an impact for sure. Monitor is one of the most important peripherals. I am right. Do you think you'll ever make a video about cheater problems in FPS games? Through what lens, I want to say? Because I know some games definitely do have cheater problems, and a lot of people do closet cheat. But to be blunt, I am not the person to be talking about widespread issues of cheating because I just don't know how bad it is. And I think I'm decent at spotting cheats, but you know, you can't do that individually on a broad scale. So yeah, it's tricky to really say for sure. Hey EXO, what do you think of the game? I do think the frequency of cheaters in games like Counter-Strike leads to legit players being accused more. But I feel like that's kind of just intuitive. That's how it works. I saw Viscose and knew it was you, Hannah. It's okay. It's an alright game. I don't like it that much. I prefer Battlefield 5, which might be my most controversial Battlefield take. Okay, true. Thank you. I was really enjoying Battlefield 5 earlier. I was having a great time on it. Back from vacation. Nice. You gonna play the beta? I was right. There was one. Last setup. I'll show you when I die next. If I forget, remind me. You find Drift TS harder than other? I think it's the only one I don't have Astra in. So yes is your answer. I think I over prioritize speed and I'm not smooth enough on it. I see you use lava as an in-game name. Yeah, it's just Laura with a W. That's about it. What do you think of him training to improve in non-FPS games? I'm sure it would work, honestly. Depends what non-FPS game is. I'm assuming it still has like some mechanical elements. Otherwise you wouldn't bother. Have a good one to play. Enjoy. Hope you like it. Do you have any recommendations for good wired mice? Oh, do I have one for you? The OP18K is my mouse and it's become like my thing. I haven't swapped off this mouse in like a year and a half, maybe more at this point, and it's so good. It's, in my opinion, the best mouse, and it happens to be wired, so you're lucky. If the shape isn't for you, I believe Pulsar and Razer also make wired mice still. I do use the updated OP1, but I probably wouldn't have bought it on my own. And Game Gear sent me some. Should I be going down here, or is this like the... Ah, this is this area, okay. That would be so good, honestly. I might actually try an Ergo mouse if they make one. Do you think Mario W will ever be dethroned? I mean, he's going to quit eventually. I don't know if most people in the community know this, but Matty, like, goes to university and has, like, a very good degree. Well, he's in the process of getting a very good degree. And that also means he's probably going to get a very good job in computer science. And I don't know, when you're working like that, I don't know if it's possible to maintain like best in the world. Job claims another one. It's rough. How do people afford games? I don't buy that many and I wait for sales a lot. Especially on like single player stuff. If it's like a multiplayer game where it's like I can stream it and make the money back, then I'll buy it at release. Otherwise I just, yeah, wait for sales. Did he die? He's number one and goes to unit. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, he's said like that's his thing, right? Like there's a dichotomy of like you want to put your time into being the best at something. You want to get good grades at school. Something has to give. And when he eventually moves to going to work consistently, that's what we'll give. Oh, Figsy. Thank you for the prime sub. Sorry I missed it. Can you show you weapon builds? Yeah, thank you for the reminder. I saw you clip on the Battlefield 6 subreddit and legit thought you were cheating and saying clips. Thank you. Something actually good happened out of posting on the subreddits. The reaction. That was so bad. I heard you played The Witcher. You can Kingdom Come Deliverance games. I know of them, but I don't know much about them other than that they're also like medieval. Oh, is that Exos? I think it might be. I actually don't remember. I have about 7 of this exact mouse pad. So I forget. I think, yeah, this is 50 by 50. I'm playing season 3, Ness. I don't know. I don't like season 5 that much anymore. Exactly, Aquac, you get me. I need them. I need them. I also got the waifu one, and it's okay. What do you do with pads when they have worn out? I will put them with my stack of however many other mouse pads, and if I'm ever getting desperate for fresh zeros, I come back to them and give them like a proper wash. How often do you clean your mouse pads and how? I put it in the bath. I put like clothes washing powder over it and like scrub that in while running the water over it. And I wash them not that often. I would say once every like 3 months. Generally, if my pad starts to get slower, it's like my skates are actually slowing down. And it feels like my mouse pad because that's my go-to. Like, okay, my pad is slow now. But yeah, I just need to swap my skates. That's how you can tell I'm sick. You have the Zero Yakko edition. I do. It's okay, but I prefer the orange. Are you using artisan dots? What skates? Yeah, artisan dots. They're really good. Really, really good. How are you managing with combating the bullet bloom? I feel like yeah, I don't know. It's challenging for sure. I don't really know how to, I thought I was queuing, work around it very well. I've been trying to release like after flicking, but I played Battlefield 5 again and I've got out of my good habits that I got into last beta. Opinions on BF6 so far. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just alright. I tried the aim. No. When next vid coming? This is interesting. So I'm probably going to... I finished writing a video today that I'm probably going to delegate as like the video that gets the sponsor. Because I think having a certain sponsor on this video would be really funny. And whenever the sponsor has gotten back to me, then I will post the video and I'll be working on something in the meantime. So I'm going to try and blitz this video out like really quickly. And then just add the ad read in if the sponsor gets like confirmed. In-game tutorial on Kovacs. I don't know. The sellout. How often do you change skates? I would also say once every 3 months. Hello streamer, I've been looking for soap recommendations. Can you add a small section in your next video about this? Yeah, sure, I got you. I think I want to talk about sponsors for a bit. H Bomber Guy brought this up in his newest Patreon video. I did a preview of his new video. And he talked about how if a person who gets sponsored by someone is seen as an expert in that field, it can create this like, well, they wouldn't get sponsored if they weren't good. Like if a tech I don't know, networking guru or something were to get sponsored by a certain VPN, people would think that VPN is good no matter the quality of that VPN. It's why I'm comfortable getting sponsored by a soap producing company, because one, I think the people behind it are genuine, and two, no one sees me as an expert on soap, right? But if I were to be sponsored by like a certain aim trainer, I'm gonna use Easy Aim as an example. People would assume that I think Easy Aim is the best aim trainer. Even if I don't, just because like I agreed to get sponsored by them in this hypothetical, I'm not partnering with any aim trainer. The reason I ask is, where do people draw the line? How adjacent to my topic would it have to be for it to not be okay to be sponsored by a service I don't use? Maybe this soap thing might not happen, I don't know. They reached out to me and I got back to them today, so we'll see what happens. I'm excited though, I think it's gonna be actually really funny. And the soap sounds good, as crazy as that sounds to say. Too much fun with this. They're very cheeky. But yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, if I were to, another hypothetical, be sponsored by NVIDIA for a video. I'm not the most knowledgeable on computer components, but would that set the precedent that I exclusively vouch for NVIDIA? I think there's a person, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about sponsorships, but I think the soap one is fine. Anyway, I don't know, and that's kind of my dilemma with sponsorships at the moment. Because, you know, I don't want to, I don't know, like a, I don't want to say a bad sponsor, but a unwarranted sponsor? I don't really know. An ADS. I got a comment on the tweet about it, Toku, saying like, what's the opposite of an overlapping audience? Like aim trainer players and soap. Oh, I might be peeking actually. Hang on. I had my mic block my visibility on someone and it bothered me. Are you gonna review the Ying on YouTube? Yeah, so that's one of the videos I'm working on at the moment, is a video talking about a few mice that I've been using a little and why they haven't managed to get me off the OP1. To be honest, the answer is mostly convenience at this point. I think the Ying is probably as good as the OP1, if not slightly better. But I don't care that much and I have to charge it, so... If you think about it in those ways, well, it depends how you portray the sponsorship and you're honest. I still think that can be like morally grey though. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't be like hiding it. Hello? Hello everyone. Why'd they have to remove break? Wait, it's gone? Why would they kill it? That was like the best mode. I'm not minding domination, but I don't know. Breakthrough on that New York map seems pretty good. Are you gonna get a base mod for your OP1? I actually got sent that base mod. And it arrived today. I can grab it in a second. Hey Scrubble, by the way. What do you think of the game? Because, I think it's worse mechanically than Battlefield 5. I only play on 1 sense game training. Am I cooked? No. Just not optimizing for scores. That's close. That's a fair point too. But 2042 was also dodgy the whole way through. What are your thoughts on glass pads? I'm only looking at your Nectin Pro at the moment. I don't like them that much. I think they can be good for some people, but they have too many downsides for me to consider like maining them personally. What switches do you use on your OP1? I use the 50 to 55 ones that Endgame Gear sells. I think playing aim labs is probably worth it. Like it's good to give a go before trying Kovacs, but I think if you're committed to aim training consistently, like at all, you should get Kovacs. Because it is actually like a lot better. Have you noticed the difference in stitching on the Addison pad? Interesting. What type of pad is it? Because I know the mid has relatively higher stitching. Compared to the soft, which is lower compared to the surface. It's just harder to pull a mid base as tightly. I think I went flying. I think your mic's input sensitivity is a little high. Okay, I'll move it closer. Even though it's a little Marlin Grey. I think it's fine. Okay, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm obviously not going to take a sponsorship from a company I don't like. I was just thinking about it earlier. I can't believe I didn't get any of those. I have a 59. You play on 4K? Yeah. Manscaped. I'm only getting 140. That seems kind of low. Is that this beta or last beta? Oh. This one, strange. My sense feels weird on Battlefield 6. It does feel a bit strange. Going back and forth between Battlefield 5 and this, like this does feel a bit worse, but it's okay. What's your Valorant sense? I think 0.17. I remember, it's been a while. That's 220. Yeah, it's a bit low for me too. Is upgrading to 240 worth the money? I don't think it's as big of a jump from 60 to 144. That's like life-changing, but it is still a noticeable difference for sure. Like, you'll feel it. You're not going to be like, is it on 240? You'll know. The point where you could trick me into thinking that a lower refresh rate is a higher one is like 360 to 480. I think if I hadn't used 480 in a while, you could tell me that 360 was 480. And I'd believe you. I have tried that served, going for skills on 60. About Nova in a couple runs. I think I could push to Astra on some scenarios I'm really comfortable with, but it would be tough. Can't leave. Did they fix the reticle flying over the place? I had something weird happen earlier, but I don't think it was as bad. It still felt a bit like unstable though. That was so bad though. Prosper97, thank you for the tier 1. I get 60 FPS with 720p. That's rough. What do you get on Overwatch? Out of interest. Gives stability issues in small mouse like the OP. Not really. I swear, the most impactful thing about a mouse for me in Valorant is the sensor position. I don't know why, but it matters more than like anything else. And I don't get it. Are you using any config? No, but I probably should be. $120 to $200. What are your specs, Letheria? It seems kind of low. What's on the? I like the crazy light, but I haven't used the glorious mousepad. Sorry. Does aiming in this game feel off to you? Maybe slightly, but it's not like bad enough to ruin the experience. It just feels a bit weird. What mouse skates do you? I use the Artisan dot skates. Greetings from Argentina. Mouse recommendations. So my default recommendation has to be OP1. It's gotta be. If you like the OP1, you could get the Ying. If you don't like them at all, you can go with the Hyperlight for something a bit bigger, and the Razer, I think Viper V3 Pro for something significantly bigger. I was gonna check something and I've forgotten what it was. Ying is so expensive. It's so much. I only recommend it to like OP1 super fans, really. Smaller. Smaller than the OP1 is tough. Maybe like a Beast Mini? I haven't tried the Final Mouse Ultralight, but I have tried the Starlight, which is like the same shape, and it's okay. It has some merit as a shape, but they've kind of been doing the same thing, but calling it something different for like 4 years now. I made a video back on the Starlight 12 about 2 to 3 years ago now, and everything I say in that video has applied to every single Final Mouse release since that video came out. It's crazy. Pulsar X3. Is that the same as the X2 or is that the Ergo one? Honestly not that like tapped into peripherals anymore. Kind of stopped, I don't know, paying attention to found the OP1 because it's like I'm not gonna swap to anything that comes out, so why bother? How stupid is that sounds? Okay. Am I getting accent diffs? It's the Ergo one. I think the Death out of V3 is like similar in shape. By calculating sense. I'm just kind of winging it, I gotta be honest. I just put it to a number until it felt pretty comfortable, and I would say it's about 26. CM for 360. I think in-game it's like 11. I saw that guy. Uh, 0.91 ADS, so something like that. Oh, thank you. That's what I was gonna check. I was gonna see if the CM per 360 display worked. No. Okay. Maybe that's for release only. I was so keen for that setting too. I'm like, this is finally like a really big game making a push towards like just a way better measurement system. That's awesome. And they don't have it ready for the beta. Watch this already. Boom. And there's a guy there. No. Imagine paying more for less mouse. This out. This costs like twice the price of my OP1. There's like no mouse. What does CM per 360 mean? It is the distance in centimeters. You have to move your mouse to make a full turn in-game. And the reason why it's so good is because it is a measurement that will apply regardless of like game or FOV. It's like universal sensitivity measurement basically, which I think is really, really good. And it makes it so much easier to like eyeball a good sense compared to just like winging it over and over or going to like weird like converters online that don't work half the time. Can you try to replicate the zero mouse explosion? No, thank you. I actually dropped a zero mouse and broke it and finger glued it back together. But Optimum somehow found out and sent me another one and I was so embarrassed. But yeah, we have two zero mice. I don't think I could break it though, just by like squishing it. It feels more stable than it looks in the hand, even if it did break from a drop. Break it on stream. W Optimum, he's so nice. He's been so nice. How many gifted to break it? However much it costs. Do you like this? I'd say I appreciate the zero mouse, even if I know it's not for me. And I definitely can feel the benefits. Like making movements like this is so easy on this mouse. Compared to this where, you know, the back of the mouse can kind of get in the way. Does your sense differ from the game? Yeah, pretty significantly. Pasadena, thank you for tier 1. How does it compare to other fingertip mice? It is better than any other 3D printed fingertip mouse I have tried. By a good margin. And I think it's really impressive that, you know, he's a YouTuber and he made a really, really, really good product. For people who like this kind of mouse, this is pretty good. The issues I have with it are that this little thumb paddle is too far back for me and that I just don't like fingertip mice that much. But for a fingertip mouse, I think it is pretty good. I use 1600. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing alright. Evening, you, Izzy. Thank you, Maxi XD, for the Prime sub. What's the mouse you've used the longest? It is either the G502 or you're not allowed, I'm allowed to laugh, don't laugh. The G502 or the OP1. The OP1 might have caught up to it by now. You do stream on YouTube as well. I can try. Not right now, obviously, but I could give it a go. My internet is not very good. I don't know how it's holding up for this stream. No one's complained so far, but yeah, I don't have the best upload speed. It's about 50. Oh, that would have been cool. Everything seems all good. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I have about 50 megabits per second upload, which isn't terrible and should be like good enough to stream with. But, you know, streaming to 2 platforms at once might be pushing it. FOV max. The G502 at like 80 CM, and I was quick with it too. I don't know how. I just want to say that my girlfriend and I love your content. We've been. Thank you. That's so nice. Thanks so much. Australian internet is getting better, but it's still pretty bad, honestly. The biggest thing right now is like our download speed is completely fine. I get about 900 or something, which is quite good. And our upload speeds are just like god awful compared to our downloads. There was one, oh, I have a funny story for this. There was one time when I was coaching Mel and I asked her, hey, can you upload some VODs of these scenarios for me? And she was recording in like 240 FPS, highest bitrate I've ever seen, and uploaded the VODs, and they were 20 gigs, and she uploaded them in like under a minute. And over the next 10 minutes, we were just like chatting about mechanics and stuff. And she asked me like, have you had a look at the VODs? And I have to tell her like, no, they're halfway done downloading. And she didn't even consider that someone might not be able to download the VODs immediately. It was so stupid. Upload will double. I think we've already got the doubling, and it doubled to 50. So, yeah. Gotta love Mel. She's so nice. Australia is one of the few countries that lists upload speed on the highest pages because the rest of the font is symmetrical. I didn't know that. That's actually really funny. Thank you. Oh, where'd he go? A 1,050, we got 1,000. Oh, okay. It's not bad. What do you rate for one-on name coaching? I don't do coaching publicly at the moment. I might in the future, but as of right now, I just don't have time. I've had to, you know, get things set up and whatnot. Right side of your hand slash palm. Yeah, not anymore. I used to. Now it's hovering. A plus TR. ADSL 2. Me too. It was so bad. I would get, I think, 400 kilobits per second until 2017. And there was nothing we could do. What just happened to me? There were two. I wasn't even looking at the guy. What's your ISP? I don't know if I probably could say, but I don't know for certain. We've swapped a few times. Oh. That was like 2018. I'm not in the biggest city, but I'm not like middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. Noticeable difference between skates. For sure, yeah. I think upgrading to the artisan dots has been the biggest non-mousepad change in my aim stylistically. Maybe ever. Or at least in terms of how fluid I feel like I can be on a pad like this. My friend maybe 20 houses down from me got MB in 8 years. I'd be a little bitter. You're always in the middle of nowhere. Is Pingu still here? You can probably give your unbiased thoughts. If I am middle of nowhere or not. Because I don't think I'm that middle of nowhere, but I'm not in like Sydney. Any Melbourners in the chat out of interest? I would love to move to Melbourne one day. Melbourne is probably my favorite like place I've been to. Remember ping spikes? I do. Over Sydney? Yeah, for sure. What happened there? Frozen Orange? I've been to Orange. What's the temperature in Australia in Celsius right now? Good question. It's about 5 to 10 degrees. But it's also like late there. I was getting those same visual artifacts. It's so weird. I'm off to bed, love the run foot streams. Pink hasn't seen Dead Zone Row. Okay. I will forward the information. Over 30. I live in where I am in Melbourne. This game's been weirdly clustered. That's one of the stuff that's really slow paced. What sense are you running? Someone probably clipped it earlier. But I think it's about 11 at 1600. I play max FOV. You play with upscaling? I usually do. I actually really like DLSS upscaling. But in this game it's broken. And I think it's disabled right now. Another country slash continent. I am only... I'm pretty young. I'm 20 at the moment, which is like probably too young to be considering moving overseas. I think if I move anywhere, it will be to Melbourne. But I don't know. I would love to live somewhere in Europe. It would be so cool to just be able to play like, I don't know. I want to play MW 2019 today. Yeah, I'm gonna go play 2019. Whereas here, like, you know, if the game's 2 years old, it's iffy if you'll be able to play it or not. The games have a very high max FOV. I usually still play max, but I don't go higher than 130. Yeah, you'll have to remind me on Discord after the stream, sorry. Because, I don't actually have the Wooting app installed. Only reason to move to Europe. Okay, I mean, it's a big part of it, I'm not gonna lie. Like, not having to stress about, like, oh, it's this hour, I can't stream, or I can't play the games I want to play. But I do, I don't know. Living in a city generally seems quite preferable to where I am right now. And Europe has a lot more cities than Australia. Monitor distance coefficient. I have turned it off. Hello, Vipoff. I still live in South Africa and since moving to UK, having consistent and reliable internet service. It's such a big difference, honestly. When I went to America, I was like blown away by the fact that I could like hit Q in a game and within like 5 seconds, I had a lobby on 5 ping. It's crazy. Crazy. Mouse ADS smoothing off. I did last beta. Maybe I've forgotten. Am I blind? Oh, the zoom's smoothing. Only affects legacy soldier users. It might be me. I'm just gonna keep it as is for now. And then change it after stream. What are the key times in other countries? Not long. Well, like Overwatch is the best example. I couldn't find games once I got to Master. I actually got placed and then I queued like 30 minutes straight. Nothing. It was so bad. Hey, Dad. How you doing? Search for the board's easy turret. didn't know you had a tutorial actually. Thank you. I will link people to that from now on. I may hold Ama for sure. Toggle is not bad and I get the appeal, but I've always found like peeking and unpeeking angles to be really unintuitive with toggle. And I actually used to play a lot of PUBG. So when you're like lean peeking around a tree or something, you can't really do it with toggle unless you just like, you know, it's too many inputs. Too many. I finally got Master Complete. Well done. Good stuff. Are you going for Grandmaster? It isn't dead in Australia, but I was queuing 6v6 Master at like 7 p.m. and it would take... I queued for 45, I think was the most, and I gave up. Is your palm touching the mouse? Only on this side. Can you compare the Saturn Pro to the Zero? I think the Zero is better at both of those by a decent margin, but you lose out on some stability. Who did you play? Soldier. Soldier only. Switch to Asia. You play Asia servers? I didn't know. We could play for sure. Or are you like... Would you be playing from somewhere else to like have high ping on Asia? Look, I have the cicada wings. Stolies, if I am allowed to, I'm allowed to self-promote my own stream. I actually made my own benches and I've tried to ease that like gap between Master and Gem. Absolutely, thank you for the tier 3 again. If you've posted another VOD, I'm so sorry. I haven't got to the Patreon VODs in a little, just because, you know, everything that's been happening on Twitter and stuff, and I've been quite sick, so yeah. Are the servers down, can't get a game? I can't get one either. It actually like froze in the thing. And Zanuza, thank you for the prime sub. A stability trade-off can always be negated by improving mouse control. I don't want to say always, but most of the time, yes. Comfy Potato, thank you for the prime sub. Do I think Pinku will have a stream? Pinku actually was a streamer about 4 years ago. I've been trying to encourage... Is my mic on? I saw my mic activate. I've been trying to encourage Pinku to stream again. Is on in game or in stream? Have you seen Bardos's video on mouse wrist sensitivity? I have. I agree with what he's saying that like shifting your grip up will reduce your like range of motion. It's sensor position stuff. It's like not debatable. It's just like objectively true. But I actually don't like low sensor position, even though it's what he's saying is like really good in his video. I've had some downsides with it that have made it not worth the trade-offs for me personally. Here's my sense, by the way. Is there any reason the orange zero is better than the black zero? The black zero is smoother, but I think the balance between static and dynamic is a bit better on the orange. What is going on, by the way? Why am I like floating? These cicada wings are DIY, and this is actually done by Pingu, who puts the stock grip tape over the top of the like sheets of grip tape and like cuts around them. Very clever. What types of games do you play other than FPS? I actually play way more other games than FPSs. I've been playing Lies of P recently, which has been really good. I play a lot of Slay the Spire, way too much Slay the Spire. I beat Sekiro a couple months ago, And I've been playing through Witcher 3 after reading all of the books. Undertale, years ago. I remember it very fondly though. It was a good game. I am an A20H player. I'm not like top level, but okay. My fault. No, you're okay. I'm sorry if I miss any questions, by the way. I just, you know, don't be afraid to like send them again. Which of the books did you like the most? Oh, it's gotta be the Lady of the Lake. I don't know if any of you have read the Witcher books. It's probably a bit of a reach for my audience. But I love how much it jumps between perspectives. And you have to like piece together what is actually going on through all of these different like point of views. It's so good. And Lady of the Lake probably does that the hardest. And like, it's really, really good. It's really well done. The Witcher books are great. They're so good. AT Enormous, thank you for the raid. Why don't you use the WL mouse? I actually gave it to Miss Colors, so I don't have my B-stacks anymore. It was alright. I think it's a solid mouse for sure, but I just like the OP one shape-wise so much more that, you know, like the weight improvements and stuff on the B-stacks didn't really matter to me. So. Favorite Souls game? Can I confess I haven't got around to playing any of the mainline Souls games yet. Any of them. I have played Elden Ring, Lies of P, Sekiro, and a bit of Bloodborne on PC actually. I wish the finals was more popular. Me too. Me too. I've been like struggling to find games on the finals recently, which is just like the worst feeling. Bloodborne, Sekiro, any Souls. I kind of feel like I'm gonna be the same. And I know the Souls games are really good, but in terms of combat, I love the speed of Bloodborne is so fun, and then the parry system in Sekiro is just like perfect. Penguin Zoo. Okay, I might have to give it another go. I saw his video about it, or saw that it was posted. I didn't watch the video. Damn it. Finals. I'll try for sure. If I can like get games consistently again, I'll give it a go. Did you play Claire Obscure? It's on my list for sure, and I know it's been praised so much for the story, which I'm really excited for. I have been really enjoying Witcher 3 for its story and how it continues, like, you know, it's a faithful continuation of the books for the most part. And there aren't that many games with like really good stories. I hope this isn't like a flame, but you know, a lot of video game stories. Like I've been playing Dying Light 1 with JD and Pinglefire. And like it's good. The game is really good, but the story is like it's hopeless. And I've heard Claire Obscure has like a really, really good story. And I'm very excited for that. Thank you, Nils Danger. He loves Claire Obscure. She actually wrote a video about it. I don't know if she's ever gonna turn it into a video, but she's finished writing it. Way 2G and Ceslos. Thank you both for the prime subs. Appreciate it. Good story and very, very, very good music. God, what am I doing? I should be streaming like Souls games or something. Screw the Battlefield 6 beta, who cares? Playing Bloodborne. Oh no! Did you? I think the OP1 stock skates are like okay. They're not terrible. But aftermarkets are just better. So I don't really see a reason to like stick with stock. One aftermarkets are so cheap, like even Ultra Glides. They cost like nothing and they're so good. And for me the question is like, why would I not swap? Where are they? Are they still spawning on 8? Alright. I'll run around. Budget ergo. I think my budget ergo that I actually got was a really cheap pulsar one that I don't remember the name of. I forget what it was called, I'm sorry, but I got that one for really cheap. Because it's oldish and it's still fine, you get to try the shape, but you know, it won't have all the modern bells and whistles. Do you do any microphone like voice meter? No, actually, I just have a ridiculous overkill microphone that I love. It's the M160 from Behringer. And it's actually Pinguify's, but I have stolen it effectively. Oh, that's a teammate. Like, why am I not getting markers? Do you think I'm trying to skill? Depends. Depends. I have gotten into a relationship from being good at aim trainers, so it's not impossible. You use IMs? No, I use over-ears. I've never really liked IMs for gaming. I feel like the odd one out, because everyone loves them. And I don't know, they're not for me. IMs have that, me too. I just never feel properly comfortable when using them. They're all gone. I use speakers. I've always wanted to try like gaming with like really good speakers because I've heard that it's really good. And I mean, I can see how it would be better than headphones. Wait, there's another. Visual clarity in this game is rough. Yeah, it's not the best. I've played worse, but I really do wish, like, I don't know, there was just less going on a lot of the time, visually. Maybe when a master's complete, maybe. You already reviewed. Is this? Oh, I think I remember your setup actually. You still play Valorant? No. I haven't played that game like properly in, I want to say, 2 years. I don't like it very much, to be completely honest. Assist. I don't know if my aim is that quick, but you definitely get used to, like, I feel like people kind of misunderstand speed when it comes to aiming. Like, there are 2 parts to a flick, right? You have to make the movement and then stop the movement. The faster your sense, the easier making the movement is, but the slower your sense, the easier stopping the movement is. So high and low sense for flicks is like a set of trade-offs, and you can be really quick on sensitivities, like way slower than I play. Way slower. What do you reckon of Battlefield 6 so far? If it releases exactly like this, I won't play it. But I don't think it will. I think more maps will be really good. I think more weapons would be good. And if they can improve the overall game feel, then, you know, there's something here. Answering even there. Thank you, I try my best. Yeah, they're called the Frito P8 or something. I don't quite remember. What about the game isn't feeling right to you? I don't like how much bloom there is. I think this is probably a controversial statement, but I think less bloom would be better here. And the combination of like actually decent recoil on some of the weapons plus bloom, I just don't like. I feel like there are better ways to kind of force weapon variety than just like adding bloom to a bunch of them and hoping that will do it for you. And I think the movement, your movements kind of feel disconnected from each other instead of flowing into each other like they would in Titanfall 2, or for a more grounded example, Battlefield 5, I think is really good with this. Like when you jump, you feel very stilted and it's very disconnected from everything else. Whereas in Battlefield 5, your momentum carries a lot better and you can like blend that into a slide way better. Yeah. I would like to change the fingertip grip because the benefits of it and how my mouse feels when I move it, but I can't get it over that downside that my pinky starts hurting. I don't think you should switch to fingertip just because you feel like it would be better framing. I feel like you can get a lot of the benefits of fingertip grip without actually using it by engaging your fingers more with claw. Open felt amazing but a bit unstable. I think the Black Lotus might be a good bet. So you can see at the back here, it kind of flares out a bit more, which makes it easier to maintain palm contact. So you might feel a bit more stable in this, even though it's lighter. How many FPS? I'm getting 220, 210, 230. I got about 260 when I wasn't streaming. Which is okay, but for my specs feels kind of low. Like I'm not going to complain about 200 frames, but you know, if this is as good as it gets, I feel like that's not great. You ever played Deadlock? I gave it a couple goes, but I really didn't like it. I don't know. I played back when single lane was a thing, and all of my games I was on single lane, and I was versing someone with like way more playtime, and I just got owned. And that was not an enjoyable experience, I'm not gonna lie. I know there are no more single lanes anymore, I just haven't like given the game another go. Here are my skates. I would go for the Unius over the Akitsu. They're pretty similar, but if you'd like the OP1 shape, the Lotus will be closer to what you're looking for, I think. I've been enjoying that. I think it's an okay game. I had a few very fun games on it as well, and I definitely wouldn't say I've had like a bad time or anything. I just think it's more like what it's up against than the game itself being like insanely good. What have you been playing other than Battlefield 6? I'm not gonna lie. I played a little Battlefield 5 recently. Mostly because I was itching to play a FPS game. I played a bit of Overwatch a month or two ago. And then other than that, it's like Bloodborne, Slay the Spire, Witcher 3, all of those single player games. No other FPSs. And a fair bit of aim training actually. Can you kill 30 hard bots in Valorant? I have, but if you were to put me into like Valorant right now and ask me to do it, I probably wouldn't be able to. At least not quickly. What was that movement? Why is the Alex prophecy not worth it? I think it's just kind of been beaten by other mice on the market. I would look towards WR mouse way before final mouse right now. How in the world have I gotten away with that? I thought I saw someone in the corner. My issue with Deadlock is that I don't like third person games. I hate MOBAs. Valid. I feel weird aiming in third person as well. I don't know why, but yeah. Look at that much. Got a B6 Mini Pro on my table right now. It's basically the same shape. If you're not happy with that mouse, I would look towards different shapes instead of buying a final mouse. I am struggling to find people. Dylan, thank you for the prime sub. If you had to give people one bit of advice for aiming, what would it be? That's really tough. I think the biggest one would be start slow and speed up as you get more consistent. I think a lot of people rush into playing really fast scenarios, trying to flick really fast, adjust really quickly, and you don't need to. You know, over time, as you get better, you will naturally get quicker, and you will naturally get better at controlling speed. You focus on tension in game? Sometimes, but this is kind of tricky to explain, because I think a general bit of advice that is useful is like, don't think about your aim too much, or don't think about your aim at all. I think that's generally good advice. But I do think it can be useful to be aware of it from like an issue diagnosis perspective of like, I'm tensing too much, or I don't know, being aware when it's a problem but not thinking about it actively like the whole time is probably the best way I can phrase it right now. You know, like I'm not consciously, constantly aware of my tension management. You like doing the Dark Ages, and how does it compare to 2016? I think better than 2016, worse than Eternal, but there has been an update to the game that I haven't tried yet, and I've been meaning to give it a go, maybe on stream, maybe off stream, because it looks really good. They made it closer to Eternal in terms of weapon swap speed, so it doesn't feel as like limiting when you want to try. Why is this guy marked with a 1? Any opinions on the shooting mechanics? I think they're okay. Not bad, just okay. Did I say 2016 over Eternal? I got that backwards if so. I think 2016 is the worst of the three, then Dark Ages, then Eternal. Let's go use adders and dots. Can you try doing one life focusing on other things people say not to focus on? That would probably just be a life of overthinking. Like, am I tensing too much right now? That track was kind of over. I should adjust more smoothly. I don't know. It's just overthinking, really. There's not too much to it. What's your placements? Any mice recommendations with big hands? This is tough for me because I have no, like, reference point here, I guess. Like, you know, I don't have big hands. I gave my dad my XM2 and he really liked it. And he has big hands, and I think the Viper V3 Pro is pretty good. I got the Phantom yesterday. Nice. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you. See you, Paradox. Hope you've been well, by the way. Hey, Willica. Gonna be on the beta? I'll be thinking about it a lot. I think, yeah, it's only something you should really think about if you're like, I don't know, if I were to die due to overtension or whiff due to overtension, I will consciously note that's what happened there, and then reflect on it. The same way you would consciously think, I was out of position there, or that was too greedy, I should be more passive. You have a Discord server? I do. And if anyone has the link to the raw input Discord server, I would appreciate it if you could put it in the chat, because that's more active right now and probably the better one to join if you're just looking for like a community. I wasn't looking at my screen. You plan on getting the HTX Ultra? Maybe. I don't really know much about it, to be completely honest with you. But I've kind of grown out of that shape, so I don't know. It would need to have something else going on for me to really consider it. Oh, I knew there was one there too. I was holding on to that guy, going for the clip. Isn't the... No, Viscose isn't subs only. It's, there's like a subs only chat, but it's an open server. Is it worth the money to get the OP one? I don't think so, honestly. Like, the OP one is good, so is the Aeneas. You don't need the OP one if you have the Aeneas, in my opinion. You become 25% cooler if you... I think that's true. I think that's objectively, scientifically true, actually. You have the Viper V3 Pro. I don't, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. I know it's gonna be too big for me, so it's like, why would I, you know, spend that kind of money on a mouse that I kind of know I won't like? Oh, I want to ask, I want to make a video about glass mouse pads, even though I don't like them very much. Do I need to try the SkyPad 5s? Because I feel like I kind of do. I do play games on native, yeah. I used to play Counter-Strike on stretched, but I've kind of swapped to native as well, just because I'm too lazy to get it working. I think I still prefer stretched if you were to give me a choice though. No, but I'd love it if you did. Okay, then I'll consider it. There's a control and speed. That's the thing, right? Like a control glass pad is something I will be asked about in the comments if I don't talk about it. And I feel like trying the most popular one is probably just the way to go. The thing with glass pads, like I said, is that I don't like them. And I've only bought as many as I have, because I say that I don't like glass pads, and then people are like, oh, you just have to try this one. Like, I own every single glass pad Tekasai or Glassworks has ever released, except for the Hana, and I've had people tell me, like, no, the Hana's the one. You gotta get that one. It's like, no, I'm not getting the Hana. That's how they get you. That's the thing, right? Like, and there's nothing I can do because I can't say like, no, it won't change anything because I haven't tried it. I don't know. That was cool. Have you tried the Zero mouse? I might have. Oops, battery came out. I like it. It's good. And I've enjoyed the experience of using a fingertip mouse. I think it does what it tries to do really well. But I don't see myself maining it. I want a Hana so bad. No, I don't feel good about asking Tekasai for mouse pads because he's so nice. Tekasai is so nice. And I have asked for like well, I haven't asked, but he's offered like 1,000,000 mouse pads and I haven't reviewed them. And I don't like them because they're glass. And I will talk about them eventually, I promise, Tekasai, if you're listening to this. But, you know, I feel bad about it. I don't want to. I don't know what the EZ63 is. It sounds like a keyboard, in which case I don't know. Sorry. I wish there was a more flared version of the OP1. If you mean at the front, I can't help you, but if you mean at the back, then that's the Ying. So. I'm community convincing you to buy every mouse pad. Optimum or no input? I have been debating asking him, but like I don't know. I don't know him very well. But he seems really nice, and he definitely seems like into the hobby enough to be interested in coming on a podcast like that. But you know, I don't want to bother him. He's busy. I think it would be a very fun podcast though. What music do you like? I don't really know at the moment. I'm in that phase of like, I have a bunch of playlists, but I've just been putting my liked songs on shuffle and going for like a permanent nostalgia trip, really. It's been nice, but it does mean I don't really have a genre that I'm listening to right now. If I had to give one, I'd say metal, but even that's kind of inconsistent. So, yeah, I don't know in response to what music do you like is not the most invigorating answer, I'm aware, but... Permanent nostalgia trip. It's been nice, like remembering like what I was doing when I was listening to this song last. Mostly I kind of just change it for every game. I think I'm at 11 at 1600 DPI right now. But if you check the clips, I'm sure someone made a clip of my sensitivity settings, so you can take them there. Overwatch is calling your name. I want to play more. Maybe when the new season rolls around, I'll give it a try. What are you doing in your life besides video games? That is a tricky one. I enjoy reading. I enjoy playing different video games. I am planning a trip to Melbourne soon, which is going to be fun. And I have started boxing. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it and it's good cardio, so... I do not have hands. Have you seen my forearms? I did not expect a second. Hey, Pingu. Oh, I killed the bad guy. Can you beat Matt in Wii Boxing? Oh my god, there was this one Wii game. I don't know if anyone's gonna remember this, but you had to like be on the balance board and go up a stream. And you had to balance perfectly to not like fall into the river. I was not good at that game. I would fall off instantly. I was like 8. But my dad was like crazy at it. Does anyone know the game I'm talking about? It's like burned into my brain because I just remember thinking like, how is my dad so good at this balance board game? I hit the guy too. Do you still have the balance board? I don't think we still have the Wii. I'm sorry. I'm at the airport right now. Where are you flying to? Is that okay to ask actually? Hope it goes well either way. Continually change my life for the better. Awesome. I have been thinking about it for a while because we had this guy who lived across the road who ran like a boxing place out of his garage and he moved out a couple of years ago, but since then I've had the thought of like I could try that. What's your flight number? The stream sponsored by the soap company. Let me see if they've gotten back. No, not yet. Purple as well. I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright. Overall, good, but Discord DMs have been... I'll show it again. You'll see this on the side here. This is a lot of messages. I do try to get to people, but like I will be slow. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Have you tried the Checkerside Phantom? I'm gonna do something funny. Ta-da! It's alright. It's probably my favorite glass pad, and it's not saying that much. It's a good glass pad though. I really like the variable friction. I think the surface feel is pretty good as well. I just don't like glass. That's kind of my conclusion. I was the one that asked you about the recording of your YouTube videos. Yeah, that's probably gonna take me a while to get to, just because it's a lot to, I don't know, talk about. Can you give me a brief question in the chat and I'll try and do the best as I can off the top of my head. I use the Artisan dot skates that are POM. And the surface is so nice, it's just too slow. That's fair. Use it for a game. I would if I didn't have to like put on different skates and stuff, so. I always appreciate the level of quality you maintain. Thank you. I try to not drop below a minimum point. Can you all see the game, by the way? Just to make sure. You know, like some videos are lower effort than others, obviously, but I always try to do something unique with each video. That's a big thing about my approach, actually. I always try to take on a different challenge or try to focus on a different area with each of my videos. Last one was IRL recording, and I tried to push that pretty far given my equipment and skill set being basically non-existent, so. You hate getting game-specific footage as much as I do. It depends. A lot of the time I can have fun with it. Like, I don't know, getting to play Geometry Dash because I'm talking about colors on a monitor, like that's fun to me. And trying to get like a nice segment of gameplay on a level that's colorful and looks cool. I enjoy that kind of stuff. There are definitely components to it that I don't like. Most of the time I don't mind the footage collection stage that much though. Hey Prox. You doing a video on Riley? No, I don't think so. Pingu's got that one covered, and I was talking to Carl Jobst about the whole thing, and I think it's in good hands between those two. I don't need to chime in with my 2 cents. It's really funny actually, because I asked him, if anyone who didn't see... That's a shame, if only the guy didn't die. If anyone who didn't see, Carl Jobst made a video on Shimmy, who cheated in aim trainers, and I told him about, you know, the aiming community and clip farming in games like this and stuff like that. And I asked him, like, yeah, if we didn't have that conversation, would you have just thought that Riley was cheating? And he said, yeah, probably. I didn't think he'd give it too much thought. So something good actually came out of Shimmy's cheating. I'd watch the video even if it was a Tetris vid. Oh, there are some YouTubers like that for me too, hey. I think Summoning Salt is one of them, and I loved his Tetris video. But yeah, there are some people where like, I just love how they approach topics, and I appreciate the quality they bring to all of their videos. So it doesn't really matter what they're talking about. That's flattering that you think I'm among that list for you. Thank you. Have you seen the new Viscose? I'm not gonna lie, I watched a little and then got distracted by one of his older videos that I remember being really good. And I watched that again. That was cool. Terrible team player, yeah. ETFO or whatever it is. Thoughts on the OP1W 4K? I like it, I just like the OP1 8K more. The weight difference for me matters more than like having a cable or not. Okay. That was cool, thank you. Assuming you're talking about the 4TS, not me getting blown up. I'm gonna try and go all the way around. My teammate's gonna get there first. Nice nade jump, thank you. Alright, all the way around again. How do you compare Battlefield 5 gunplay to this? I think this feels more grounded and realistic, and I think Battlefield 5 feels better. It's my honest conclusions from, I don't know, my 10 hours of gameplay on this game. I definitely have more experience with Battlefield 5, so there is a chance that this game might grow on me, or, you know, maybe it gets improved going out of beta, but as of right now, I don't think it's as good as Battlefield 5. In terms of like a purely gunplay standpoint, I think as like a Battlefield game, this game is probably better. I think it'll be very popular and I think it'll do really well. It's just not exactly what I wanted to see out of the franchise, which is fine. I am aware that I am not the target audience, nor a particularly large fraction of their player base cares about the same thing I do, so yeah. Hello, Ellie Dora. Ellie Dora. There's this Indiana Jones video game retrospective I keep waking up to in the middle of the night. It's 5 hours long. Who's it by, actually? I'm curious. I don't think I've seen it, but I might know who made it. TF6 is definitely not a TS game. I think it really depends on what they do with the rest of the maps, because like you can make it work as a TS game. And considering how like kind of scuffed it felt at first impressions, being able to make it work as a TS game is actually pretty cool. And I think if they make some changes and have maps that suit it well, I think it could actually end up being very, very good for this kind of gameplay and very, very fun. Any tips to get better target switch and flicks? I play low sense. Should I high? I don't think you need to raise your sense, but it might help you. I don't know why I pulled out my pistol. Has anything changed from the first week? Not perceptibly to me. I don't know. Maybe the bloom's a bit better. I don't remember how bad it was. It's at that kind of stage of like similarity, but like I just don't know. How was he in there? How long are you streaming for? Probably not too long, to be honest. I'm a bit tired. And no promises, this might not happen. I was gonna try and wake up early tomorrow to try and do a duo stream with JD. Because I've been saying we would do one for quite a while, and we're kind of on opposite schedules right now. But if I wake up early enough, I should be able to catch her in the mornings. So we'll see. Either way, I'm not going to stream for that much longer on this stream right now, though. I thought he died. Hey, Dead Z. Dead Z. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for target switching, like I said earlier, speed with flicking isn't as directly tied to sensitivity as people think. Starting movements and actually making a flick look quick, it gets easier on like faster sense, but will get harder. It'll get harder to stop the movement. Because, you know, the more arm you can put into a flick and the lower your sense, the less visible shaking at the end of a flick will be. So you'll feel a bit more stable, probably. Gotta be up on my second monitor at your office job tomorrow. Hopefully the time zones align. I want to get OP1, but I don't know if it's well in my hand. Yeah, so I think it is worth measuring. You go from here to here and then here to here. Objectively, would you say a faster sense is better overall? No. It's a series of trade-offs. You know, there are going to be some things that are easier in a fast sense and some things that are easier in a low sense. I don't think there is a objectively best at everything sense, and I don't think there's a metric where like higher sense has a higher like skill ceiling or something. Even artisan dots? I am. I probably will be until they stop making them, to be honest. I'll never understand devs choosing to bloom RNG recoil. Yeah, it makes sense. I get the logic, and I get why some people want it. It's like, you know, in a game like COD, you can have fully accurate rifles at range and whatnot. They'll beam you, and there's no reason to use snipers. But I don't think that's really true, firstly. And I also think it just makes the mechanics a lot less interesting when, like, there are gunfights that you will just lose because of RNG. I don't like that. Stir? How are you liking the beta? My artisan dots get so slow over time. Yeah, I think I swap mine every like 3 months. I'm sure you could use them for longer, but I don't know. I like the fresh feeling. I play with GPX on the Switch to OP1. Would the 4K be good? I use the 8K because it's lighter. I think the 4K is like completely fine. I don't have any issues with this mouse. It's just kind of worse for me because I don't notice the wire anyway, and it's heavier. But if you're coming from a GPX, this will still be lighter, and yeah. You could also do something like this and get a base mod for your OP1. This actually comes out at the exact same weight as my OP1 8K, and I have no preference between these two. I'm only using this one instead of this one because this one has these skates, which I use for the Shidenkai. I'm not using the Shidenkai. This is from TJX, but there is something you can 3D print as well. Oh. I use 4K polling. I don't think 8K is like that important. It's an upgrade for sure, but you need to go through some hoops to get it to work, and I don't know. I don't think it does that much. Any tips on not getting better in the last 100 hours or so? I think that is a question that is a bit too general for me to give like a do this answer, other than I think you should change it up. I think you should change something about your practice, whether it be what you're playing, what you're using, or even like your mentality. For me, most often when I get stuck, it's purely mental. Like I psych myself into thinking I can't get a score because I'm just not good at this thing, and then I don't get the score because I think I'm not good at the thing. And it sounds so dumb to be like, yeah, I psyched myself out of improving in Krivex, but you know, your mentality and how you approach these things really does play a role in how confident you feel and how much better you get. Even if it sounds stupid. And it does sound stupid. It's very real. Yeah, it's been the biggest thing for me. Unlucky. I think the biggest one for me is popcorn scenarios, popcorn voltaic. There was a running joke in a long time in the community not an exaggeration, viscose popcorn. If someone was bad at popcorn, that's viscose popcorn. That's the joke. That's the whole bit. And it didn't bother me or anything, but that perception that like this is a thing that I am bad at, I will be bad at this thing, you know, prevented me from actually getting better. And I'm trying popcorn scenarios again now after God knows how many years, and I actually really like them. I think they're really fun and I'm quite good at them now, so I don't know. I completely psyched myself out of it for no reason. Popcorn is clever. Your score is so good. So good. It's my favorite too, honestly. I prefer it to Pasu. Oh. Hello. I hate Pasu. I don't like it. Popcorn drills are like... I can probably replicate the aiming motion from memory. Let's say that that is a target. Click that. Click that one. That's kind of the best way I can put it. They bounce up and down in linear and predictable patterns, but they're really small and really hard to hit, and you have to place your crosshair very well to be able to play them well. Damn it. Precision reading and timing, yeah. I think honestly coming to it from like control tracking has really helped the reading part of it for me. I don't get why. I feel like people who say it's useless are like playing popcorn scenarios that are just way too hard for them. And in that case, like, yeah, I didn't realize that was a guy. I flicked to it and then thought like, no, it's not an enemy. I should not be getting away with that. Yeah, so I get why people think it might be useless if they just like can't hit it at all. But other than that, I think it's really, really helpful. It's got the movement. Crazy, I thought I could never like a mouse with a cable. The new Viscose, still the OP one. It's so good. I know not having to charge your mouse sounds like a dumb thing to be like, yeah, this is going to inform my purchase. But genuinely, it's so nice not having to think about it. Hey Chubb, I'm going okay. I'm still a little sick, but overall pretty good. Am I on someone's head? I thought I actually landed on someone's head. I need to hang in VT Jen. Are you gonna be the one calling popcorn bad? Maybe? I fucking knew it. I got a read on you. I thought there'd be some behind me. BF6 beta nuked Hana's PC. You had to reinstall. What the fuck? How does that even happen? How can a game like do that? The computer. How much you need to spend? About 1,000 hours in aim trainers if you use it well. I think to be able to hit like target switching clips that look like Riley's, I'm sure you could do it with no time in Kovacs, but I'm certain that if you use it with the intention to do like target switch clips in game, you could do it in 1,000 hours for sure. But do you keep running? 1,000? Yeah, like 1,000 from now. Pretty much no matter where you are. If you're better, you could do it sooner, but I really don't think, like, you know, if you put in the time, yeah. Go-to skates for cloth pads. Artisan dots, for sure. They are kind of way better than everything else you can get right now, in my opinion. I have to put time in to get better at things? No. Yeah, average fucking Twitter user as of late. Why would I put in time? It's so cringe. And then they're gonna call someone out for cheating, supposedly, who did put in the time because they can't fathom that you can get better at things if you practice. I don't know. People are so fucking dumb. Artisan dots for glass? God no. I know one person who says they're good. I don't know if they're trolling, but... Hello, Joe Place. Real Haze, thank you for the prime sub. No music is throwing my brain for a loop. I don't know if people would want to listen to loud metal music. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, you would, but you know. Oh, Chubb. Did I thank you for the 2-1 or just say hi? Thank you. Yeah, the P8 things. They're a bit expensive, but they're really good. Really, really good. You Australians in your medal? Hey, Thornhill is Australian. Alright, we gotta have some national pride there. $1,000 hours framed is 2 to 4 hours every day for you. It's probably scary to most. It's easy to just cope. That's true. But you can also get pretty good in like 100 hours. 50 even. You know, compared to like the average player. Viscose, I'm a big fan. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. What's your opinion on aim labs? I don't like it that much. It's fine, but you get what you pay for compared to Kovacs. I'm 4 cents for Master Complete. Do you think I should go straight for GM after? I think you should start playing the advanced scenarios, but don't stop playing the intermediate ones. Because they're both good. And I think a mistake a lot of people make when going over to advanced is like they will only play hard scenarios or advanced scenarios after like getting Master Complete. And I really feel like you should stick with intermediate and keep playing scenarios that are easier than your peak. It's like easy scenarios like technique refinement, and then harder scenarios like pushing and stress testing your technique. What about your benchmarks? Well, I think they're really good, but you know, I made them. For GM or higher, you're gonna need a lot more. It depends. I think 1,000 hours in FPS games for GM is pretty low. It took me about 300 hours on Kovacs to get Grandmaster, but I had like 5,000 in, maybe more honestly. Here are my benches, by the way. I'm very proud of them. If you like aim training. Thank you for the 8 months, by the way, Stir. Sorry about your founder's badge. For the playlists for my benches, I didn't make those. I don't really play them as a playlist, or I don't know if people really should play them as a playlist, but yeah, I didn't make them, so I'm gonna have to chase up whoever did or remake them. But I want to make a few more changes to the benches before like pushing them into the final release, so I will probably update the playlists myself once I think the benches are fully done. Level 3 TS. Okay, then if you're not the same scenario I was talking to this about, I was talking about this with earlier, then like the scenario is too hard and I'm gonna nerf it like probably after the stream. I don't play them as a player. That's fair, that's fair. And I know you're not the only one to do that, but I also do think some people play them as if they were a playlist. Oh. What gun are you using? I think it's called the NVO? Don't remember. Valorant or CS2 for a lifetime. It's gotta be CS2. I actually like the game. I don't like Valorant very much. At all. I'm not... I get the appeal of Valorant, I just really don't like the game. How it feels to play. PS2 plus a computer. See, this is my content creator privilege talking. I can afford to put as much money as I want into my computer and justify it as a business expense, so I have no issues with CS2 performance, like at all. It runs slightly better than CSGO did back when I had like a PC that I played CS on. I think, yeah, trying to go full-time Chubb. I've been thinking about maybe, oh, because it's tough, because Pingu wants to move to Australia. I don't know if he's still here, Pingu, if you're hello. And the only real way to do that right now would be a student visa. So we were thinking, Raw Input Podcast goes to university and we all can stay together in Melbourne or something. If that doesn't happen though, I don't think I would go, because I am quite happy making videos. Wait, Pinky isn't Australian? Trick them. What would you study? Probably something to do with video making. Maybe like a filmmaking course or something about video editing. I haven't really looked into it. This is pretty far off, so I should have went for that guy. About 2 years ago now, I think it's coming up on a couple months to 2 years, gave myself a goal of like, make something out of this. You know, you have a start, you have 2 years after finishing high school, do something. If you don't do something, then get a proper job. And then if you do, then you can keep going. And I don't know, what is doing something? How do you quantify it? I think if I could get 100k by then, which it looks like I might. Yeah. I think that would count and I've succeeded in my goal. What do you do for a job? I have no idea. I could probably do video editing for people, like freelance video editing. I really like the work structure of being a content creator and being able to just pick my projects and put time into what I'm interested in right now. Like, I want to learn about backlight strobing. This is what I'm going to do for a couple days. And then I get to write about it and compress those thoughts into a video. It's a very satisfying loop, and I don't think I would want to do something without that same loop of like research to understanding to result, you know? Like a mousepad company. I don't know what I'd do, because I would just make the Zero Soft and sell it, but again, I use 4000 to become a scientist. I like almost failed chemistry. I don't have what it takes for that. I'm scientist, true. How long does it take to get used to glass pad? Here's the tricky part of that question. I never got used to glass pads. Never. The whole time I was using them, I was uncomfortable and not enjoying it and wasn't aiming well. and I never adjusted. Nothing about that ever changed. They're just not for me. Flaming glass pads mid-clip. Let's go. You got a fan in the chat. Thank you. Aim in the advance of nuclear technology. Yeah, I reckon. Just the career path, YouTuber to nuclear physicist. Yeah, I don't know. Glass pads, they definitely have a purpose. They're not troll or useless, but the way you need to aim on them is so fundamentally different. Oh, that's a shame. So fundamentally different to like aiming on a cloth pad that I just don't think my style complements them well, or maybe they complement my style well. I don't know if I'm better on glass, but I like it more. That's valid too. I am miserable when I use glass mouse pads. It sounds like an exaggeration. Why would it make you miserable? But I can't stand it. They feel so gross to me. I am on Assault, I think. Next final stream. I don't know. We'll see. I want to stream the game for sure, but I haven't been enjoying it that much as of late. I've had some nightmare lobbies, nightmare strings of games. I just like I can't do anything. Versing like teams that are holding hands, and I don't want to play against that. Have you played? I have played Conquest. It's okay, but I think this stream I prefer this. I get to run around and shoot more. How do you have 200 bullets? So the game has a system where you can run 2 primaries and like cut your ammo count in half. So you have to disable the second primary in your class. Have you tried the LMGs? Not yet, but I've been meaning to. I'm on the Zero Soft, by the way. I play FPS 10 hours a day, never ever offended. I don't know. That's strange. I don't have any issues with games. Aim trainers, I can have issues with if I push it too much, but if I play like, I don't know, a normal amount of hours in a day, it's not going to be a problem. Would you say clicking precisely is difficult on glass? Yeah, I'd say it's harder. You're more likely to be affected by like, I don't know, the downwards pressure of a heavier click or general instability for small movements because of the really low static friction. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna call it there. I have a Twitter post. Should I post something on Twitter tonight? What do you all reckon? I'm a bit worried too. Yes? Okay. Right. Posting clips. I think I have enough. Did they save? Or am I gonna have to go through stream? Okay, they saved. Actually, I will show you all one Battlefield 5 clip that I like. And then I'll take questions for a little and then probably head off to bed. Put the post together and then head off to bed. Thank you for the background voice of typing. No worries. Demon Dixator. Yeah, this was like the best Battlefield 5 clip I've hit in a while. Very happy with the 3. How far away from the monitor? I am about that far, if you can see. It's the end of my hand. Arm's length minus the hand. If you want 8K app settings. Here you go. I'm on 1K right now. Oh, because I was playing Lies of P. How'd you get your game to look like that? Battlefield 5 or 6? Because 6 I just turned all my settings down to low. No, Lies of P hates it. Placebo effect confirmed. I can tell in Kovacs. In games, it's iffy. If there's any problems with the mouse input, that's what I'll notice first. You can... In Lies of P, maybe actually. I'll give it a try. Battlefield 5. I use Ender's config. The DPI 1600. Change tabs again, please. Don't forget. Played us and it was terrible. Yeah, it depends on like, I know Unreal Engine really doesn't like high hertz. Having a high PPI on your monitor is good for aiming. I don't think it's a bad thing, but like it will lower your frame rate, which might be a worse thing than having low PPI. What is SPDT? I actually don't know where you're looking for that one. Why 4,000 and not 8,000? They feel essentially the same to me, and yeah, they don't really. AK is like harder to run in a lot of games. How do you get your white skin? You gotta do like the weapon specific missions. You gotta turn them on. Hail Tornado, thank you for the prime sub. Oh, SPGT. So that impacts where in the switch's actuation you actually notice the click. So I'm not going to be able to show this. In most mice, they check for this being fully depressed, whereas in the OP1, it's checking if the bottom spring loses contact. It's like changing the measuring point to get it to register the click faster. It's pretty subtle, but makes this the fastest mouse you can buy for click latency. Any help with someone on wanting to get into Kovacs? My most viewed video was like an introductory video. Alright, I think I'm calling it there, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. That was very fun. Thank you all so much. Thanks for all the subs and support. I appreciate it a lot.